Hello, I'm John Naylor from channelwhitsunday.com. It's the 16th of September 2008 and we're on assignment this week. I've made my way down to the Percy Islands where Kate Radcliff has come back into ownership or as the leaseholder of the Percy Islands once again after some quite difficult times. Kate, thanks for talking to us today.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now, you've been back here just 4 weeks.
Yes, not very long at all. We've been spending most days cleaning up from all the rubbish that we inherited.
Yes, yes.
For example, the beehives. We've been painting the beehives and fixing the holes where the bees are getting in and out of the holes instead of through the front door, and putting frames in the boxes so that we can collect the honey.
Right, okay. So the business of beekeeping and honey production is something that you're aiming to do here at the Percys once again?
Well, the bees are an integral part of the Percys because they are disease-free, so they're a national asset. And to me, that is vitally important, nationally and worldwide. They're disease-free, and so the queens can be sold all over the world safely.
Right. Oh, okay. Now, of course, coming up here today, and I saw last night, the A-frame, that has already been tidied up greatly. It's been a few years since I've been here, but it's a clean and tidy place down there now. That's wonderful.
Yeah, we did. That was where we did our first working bee, when we first arrived, and the yachties that were just wonderful greeted us and very happy to celebrate our return. And everybody showed their goodwill by clearing up the beach, and we're starting to pull up the weeds and the prickly pear and tidy the place up, and the tree house had to be cleaned up, and anti-termite control.
Yes, yes.
And I can only thank John and Liz Hickling for the wonderful work they did on their anti-termite control during the 12 years that they were here, because without that work, I'm sure that very little of these buildings would
the erections will still be here.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
that's tremendous.
They did tremendous.
And tell me, since the island has been restored to your care, what is it? What's your vision for the place? What is it you're trying to achieve here? Or,
Well, sort of back to the future, I suppose. We want to put it like it used to be when the Hicklings left in 2000. They had actually got to the production that Andy wanted, my cousin Andy Martin. He wanted it to be a flourishing garden, to be self-production vegetable garden, and producing the honey bees and queen bees, and that was something that was going to happen in the future, the queen bees. So, and it's a living heritage, really, for Australians, and I just feel so proud to be part of it.
The Percys was always a favoured destination amongst the cruising yachts people, and a favourite place to visit, and you certainly, by the sounds of it, are quite welcoming people back.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Oh, yes, because that's right. As Ernst says, that's part of the place.
Yeah,
is the people, and for people to have the benefit to walk up here to the homestead, see all the different types of habitat as they walk up here and then back along the short track, so it keeps them fit. Yes. It shows them.
Well, that is a bit of a problem amongst us cruising yachties, no question.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you feel the calves when you walk up the hill, and you meet so many fascinating people. And to me, say, Percy Island is a microcosm of Australian heritage. It's got the pioneer spirit. There's been European connection since 1803 when Matthew Finlanders came here and collected water, and then you had Captain Till was here. He was actually made White Bay his base, and then after that there was Captain Armitage, who has tried coffee production, and then there was the White family who had a sheep farm, and then my cousin Andy, who had it for 30 years, as basically trying to be self-sufficient as possible. And then the Hicklings were continuing the heritage, and it had come to fruition then. Yeah,
and so, the cruising yachts people, you certainly welcome them back, and the Western Bay, great place to anchor, and you're having people down there at the A-frame having their barbecues and the rest. leaving their artefacts. That's all part of what the Percy's about, isn't it?
Oh, it's fantastic because people look around and they see names of boats that they recognise. They
Yes.
see the name of their old boat that's still there,
Mm.
and you meet just so many fascinating people, and people cool out a bit and have a few drinks and a bit of a yarn, and it's the most wonderful community experience, and it's away from the rat race, it's away from commercialism.
Yes.
And people really appreciate that. They
Yes.
don't want to go into a resort where everything's on tap. They want to be able to experience the basic lifestyle of making your own fire and going
Yes.
out and catching the fish and
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, how about people coming up to visit you here at the Homestead, though? How do you feel about that?
Oh, that's great. Yeah, if we're not here, we're still welcome people to come up and do the walk up
Yeah.
here. The long walk's about an hour, and then the short track's about half an hour. And to me, that's part of being here, is meeting the people
Yes, yes.
and allowing them to experience this beautiful island. Because I think of the place as being, as I said before, it's the Australian heritage, and
Yeah.
if people can come and stay and help, then even better.
Tremendous, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what sorts of things are you looking for at this stage? Or how can people help out? I mean, you know, more than turning up with a packet of Tim Tams.
Which
Obviously,
is great.
Oh, so don't mind a Tim Tam then, okay.
Oh, yeah.
But, be very careful of that, folks. Not too many Tim Tams, right? Be a little bit diverse.
Wouldn't believe what Tim Tams are worth on the black market.
But certainly, from what I hear, building materials, lending a helping hand, doing a few chores around the place.
Absolutely. All those skills, all the professional skills and of building. We're going to be renewing the roof on the A-frame. We've already been offered some materials for the roof, but we just need the purlins, which is the wood to hold the roof up.
Yes, yes.
And that's a massive roof down there. It's 10 metres side, length from one
Yes.
side to the other. It's a big roof. So building materials, all the old beams in the homestead here, there's a lot of them need renewing.
Yes, yes.
The ironwork needs renewing, floorboards need renewing.
Right.
Wherever you look,
Something needs renewing.
Something needs renewing.
Obviously, it's a period of rebuilding for the Percys. Perhaps even here's an idea. Your email address works here?
Oh, yes.
What's your email address?
We're using middlepercy@bigpond.com.
So if someone's heading this way, probably the best thing for them to do is make contact with you beforehand via email and see how best they can help out if they want
That's
to bring
good.
something along.
Yeah,
That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it?
That would be excellent. And also we've got a phone which is 0749510993.
Okay, tremendous.
So we've got that too.
Okay, so if people make contact via those means, they can find out what your most recent need is and act on that perhaps.
Absolutely, or through the Coastal Passage, which
Okay.
has been very supportive newspaper. All the yachties read that, so it's a
Yeah.
great way to get information.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, that's great. Well, thank you very much for your time, Kate. Of course, those details I'll put on the channelwithsunday.com website, so you can find them there to best contact these guys. And stay tuned for more good news as the Percy's has returned back to the hands of the good. And we look forward to a wonderful future for this place. I'm John Naylor from channelwithsunday.com.